What's up, YouTube? Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. Ah, I thought I'd wait a couple of hours, many hours, before I give Joel Embiid the smoke because this guy right here, towards the end of the season, I promoted him to be MVP. Because I knew they wasn't gonna give it to Giannis. If they wasn't, if they was gonna give it to not Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. But they gave it to Joel Embiid, and guess what he does? He smokes. Actually, we can even go back to the Brooklyn Nets series. The Brooklyn Nets series, he was pedestrian at most. The Brooklyn Nets, with the combination of Claxton and Claxton and at times Mikal Bridges, they was giving him fits in those games. But to get to the semifinals, he had two 30-point games, I think. But he's pedestrian for the most part. Game 7, he's pedestrian. He had Marcus Smart on him. Marcus Smart is about 6'3". Joel Embiid is 7 foot. Now, Marcus Smart is a former Defensive Player of the Year, granted. But come on, man. You 7'1", 7 foot, almost around 280 something pounds. He can't put your back to the basket and post him up. But Al Horford got him too. Al Horford's 37, 38 years old. Close to 40. Al Horford got you, my guy. And this guy is supposed to be the MVP. As much as I was against Jokic getting the MVP this year, Jokic has been playing like an MVP. This man had at least 3 or 4 triple doubles in one series against the Suns. He had a 50-point game against the Suns. I think he had a 40-point game against the Suns. That man was incredible. Granted that DeAndre Ayton, when DeAndre Ayton told you, most likely that's going to happen. You don't put up big numbers against DeAndre Ayton because we do remember other centers and power forwards giving him that work. But shoot, at this point, Jokic looked like the MVP more than Harden does. I mean, not Harden. Embiid does. And then he's in a post-conference interview at the end talking about, James Harden. Me and James Harden need help. Everybody else needs to step up. James Harden scored 9 points in Game 7. Yo ass barely did anything. How many points? I forgot how many points. How many points did Joel Embiid score in Game 7? Let me look it up real quick. Because I know Harden scored 9. How many points Joel Embiid scored? What was his stats for Game 7? Right quick before I really go off on this idiot. Alright. So in Game 7, he had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and he was a negative 28 from plus minus. 27 shooting 27% from the field, 83% from free throw. 15 points in a closeout game. 15 points. Him and Harden choked. I never want to hear this guy close. No, let me rephrase that. I never want to hear this guy in the same breath, in the same sentence as Giannis, Hakeem, Shaq, Bill Russell, Wilt, Tim Duncan. Shoot, I don't even want to hear his name next to Robert Parrish. Kareem. I don't want to hear his name anymore. He's not none of those people, none of those greats. This man can't get past the semifinals. But everybody wants to get smoked to freaking Giannis all the time. Hey, Giannis is not scared. Yeah. Shut up! Giannis got a ring now. He got a ring, 2 MVPs and Defensive Player of the Year, an All-Star MVP, Finals MVP. multiple first NBA teams. He has heart. He went out there in the first round against the Miami Heat. Hurt, still putting 40 on the Miami Heat's head. Joel Embiid, what does Joel Embiid do? Not a damn thing. Giannis last year against the Boston Celtics in a similar Game 7 semifinals at least went. Let me see right quick. How many points Giannis scored in that Game 7 last year? I should have had these stats up before I even went on this rant. But let me see. Giannis. Game 7. 2022. Let's see. Great. Shoot. Funny. Both the Sixers and the Bucks lose on the same day to the Sixers. Almost close. They lost on the 15th. Sixers lost on the 14th. Giannis had something amazing during that time. He did something. He broke some kind of record during that time. Giannis, without Chris Middleton last year, in the playoffs, this is including the Bulls, he averaged 32, 14, and 7 assists per game. Against the Boston Celtics, he averaged 34, 15, and 7 versus that strong-ass, tough-ass Boston Celtics team last year. First player ever to 200 points, 100 rebounds, 50 assists in his series. Fourth ever 40, 20, and 5 playoff game. First in points, rebounds, assists, third in blocks, and he got 6 wins against that pesky Boston Celtics defense last year without Chris Middleton. This nigga Joel Embiid has James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and Tobias Harris, and a defensive stopper in PJ Tucker. What does he do? They get smoked out the building. They get smoked out the building. I never want to hear Joel Embiid's name for MVP ever again. He's a disappointment. A big time disappointment. Big time disappointment. I don't even think freaking Jason Tatum scored that many points last year. Let me see right quick. Jason Tatum. Game 7. He had 46 points in the Game 7. Game 6. It's not going to let me know. Damn, it's not going to let me know. Let me see right here. Sorry. Here it is right quick. Well, wow. Wow, I'm looking at the stats for Giannis and Jason Tatum last year in that series. Jason Tatum averaged 27, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Giannis averaged 33.9, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. And they got the nerve to keep comparing to him. Jason Tatum better get it done this year. And speaking of Jason Tatum played wonderful today. As I always say, he had to do what he had to do. And scoring 51, breaking Steph Curry's record that he had last year. Okay, Jason Tatum scored 46. No, that's Game 6 of last year. I want Game 7 of last year. Jason Tatum only scored 23 points. But the stars of that team actually was Grant Williams, because I think they held Jason Tatum last year. The Bucks did. Jason Tatum to 7 from 14. They did better than what the 76ers did, but the Sixers, man, golly, I don't know. Sixers fans are just upset right now. Still 24 hours later. Well, it's only a couple hours later from the time of the game, but 24 hours later by the time this video is recorded and posted on YouTube. I know they still disappointed. They're sitting there wondering what went wrong. Well, what went wrong? You have one choker and then you have another choker. Fake ass fraudulent MVPs on your team, and then Doc Rivers ain't no better. See, I try to say nothing much about Doc Rivers. I met Doc Rivers, nice guy and all, but gee willikers, man, something gonna have to change with his coaching style, because this ain't working. You go from Boston, it didn't work out too well towards the. Of course, you got one ring there because you had three top 75 players, Hall of Famers on your team. Um, go to Boston, go to the Clippers. You got one. Well, technically, you had two superstars on your team, but you had one and Chris Paul. You couldn't get done there. And then they switch all your team up, give you basically a whole new team. Gave you another two stars, all stars, and one top 75 player, and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. You fell at that. They shipped your ass to Philadelphia. And they gave you another one top 75 player, James Harden and Joel Embiid. And also Ben Simmons at one point in time. You fell. And now you got Ben Simmons trolling y'all asses. Mm. And James Harden think he's just gonna run back to Houston? Nah, bruh. The choking follows you. The choking disease is gonna follow. Cause I know in Houston, you choked in Houston too. So running back to Houston ain't gonna do you no good. Maybe it's familiar surroundings, and basically now it's probably most likely your kingdom now, unless the Houston Astros haven't taken over yet. But it ain't gonna change down there for you, bro. As far as Joel Embiid and his future, I don't know. They have to break this team up. Shoot, Miami for Joel Embiid. Well, maybe that might be the best position for him, cause Jimmy Butler don't play that. But then again, I don't know. It seems like Jimmy Butler could put Joel Embiid to work, but who knows? Jimmy Butler, I think, is my age right now. He don't have much time to fool around with Joel Embiid's freaking goofball ass. If they don't get it done this year, which I know they won't get it done this year. But anyway, shout out to the Boston Celtics. They did what they had to do. Even though they haven't been playing quite well either. Jason Tatum had 51 points. Like I say, he broke Stephen Curry's record that he put up only a couple weeks ago in the Game 7, 50. Jason Tatum had 51. They couldn't stop Jason Tatum for nothing. So anyways, before I leave out, later today at 6:30 p.m., I will have a live stream, which will be on two different channels. One channel being this channel, the other channel being Franchise History TV. Basically, come talk about basketball. Past, present, future, why I build Legos. Yeah, I like building Legos. So what? I don't give a damn. It's therapeutic. But I'll be building the city of San Francisco. So come check that out at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, or Pacific Standard Time. So it'll probably be late for you guys on the East Coast. But if you stay up late, come check me out. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. And also, I get the Patreon back up too. But anyways, Joel Embiid is a fraud, and James Harden continue his choking ways. 76